an innocent face smiling through tremendous pain. Kellianne King was a healthy, vibrant little girl until she started preschool, a heart-wrenching time for a mother desperate for answers.
She got really sick. She had headaches and sinus infections, chest pains, seizures, and nobody knew what was wrong. She would stand on her bed and she would just scream, you have to help me. Someone has to help me. We couldn't do it.
I feel like I didn't get to do much. I mean, I can ride a bike and read a book now, but when I was little, I never got to do that. I learned how to do those things much later, so it was hard.
Kellianne, now 13, was sick throughout most of her early school years. But it wasn't until she was in the first grade that her parents learned the painful truth. There were serious air quality problems in her school that had sickened dozens of students and teachers.
I was shocked that the only place I trusted to leave her was what was making her sick.
Today, too many chemicals are put into schools that have never been tested for the possible impacts they have on young children.
Dr. Philip Landrigan chairs the Department of Community and Preventive Medicine at Mount Sinai School of Medicine in New York. He's one of many doctors alarmed by hidden toxins in schools. Simple leaks can breed deadly mold behind walls and trigger an asthma attack. Pesticides used to kill insects and weeds can damage a child's developing nervous system, lowering IQ and affecting attention span.
Children live down on the floor, they crawl on the rug, they're constantly putting their little fingers in their mouths, and all of those actions increase the child's exposure.
Just how quickly kids get exposed became shockingly clear when we conducted an experiment in a classroom at PS8 in New York. Let's just all look at our hands. First, we applied Glow Germ, a non-toxic powder only visible under UV light, in areas where pesticides are most likely to be sprayed or to settle, like baseboards, windowsills, and desktops. Then we invited the kids to play. After only 20 minutes, we showed them the stunning results. A lot on your hands there. Using UV light, we found traces of Glow Germ all over their clothes, hands, and faces.
It was actually scary to see how germs can spread, toxins can spread all over the place.
Kids spend nearly 90% of their time indoors, yet there are no specific federal requirements limiting the use of toxins, such as pesticides, in schools, which is why it often takes teamwork to get a school to clean up its act and its air.
I think families need to feel comfortable when they send their children off to school that they're sending their children to a safe and healthy environment.
Principal Patricia Berkey is at the helm of Hastings Elementary in Massachusetts, the same school that poisoned young Kellianne. But thanks to the efforts of Kathy King and others in the community, now 9 years later, Hastings is an award-winning example of a healthy school.
What do we need to look for? Filters?
A health and safety team composed of Principal Berkey, a parent, teacher, school nurse, and maintenance technician regularly inspects the entire school, looking for leaks, dirty ventilation filters, and making certain that only non-toxic cleaners are being used.
It's a really good feeling to know that if you take a little time out locally in your schools, that the impact can really be far-reaching.
How far-reaching? Thanks to Kathy's efforts, every school in her district has similar toxin-fighting teams, and 3,500 students, including Kellianne, can lead normal, healthy lives.
I feel very proud to have a mom that would do that for her kid instead of just giving up and saying, oh, well, I can live with them being like this forever, and just fighting also, not just for me, but for other kids.